بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه. إخواني في الله، نحن في الصفحة 100، page 100، صفحة 100. وأخذنا بالأمس اسم الآلة. Yesterday we took اسم الآلة، وأخذنا أنه على 3 أوزان. It's on 3 scales. It's on 3 different scales. مفعال, like مفتاح, مسمار, also مفعل, also مفعلة. All of them start with a kasra. Remember that. All of them start with kasr al-mim. مفتاح, ملعقة, مقص, midaq. There are some exceptions to it. But the scales, they all start with like that. There are some exceptions. Then these are the ones that have a scale. The ones that have a scale are called qiyas. Qiyas means they're measured. There's ghayri qiyas. There's other ones that is not measured from a verb. Right? Doesn't have a scale. Like fatsun, wa sikinun, wa jarasun, wa kursiyun. They don't have a scale. They're not even mushtaq. They're not mushtaq from a verb. They're not derived from a verb. Okay. We took that yesterday. We've been on this for a couple of days now. Today is our last day in this chapter. This is chapter 14. We covered a lot. Now we want to look at these Jumal Mufida. And we want to understand these clearly.
يا مدير، هل عندك المفاتيح لهذه الأبواب؟
هل عندك المفاتيح لهذه الأبواب? Do you have the keys to these doors? The plural is mafa'il, like masjid, masajid, but sometimes a ya can be added to it, mafatih. Still the same thing. Mafatih and mafatih, the ya. Okay. هل عندك المفاتيح? That's the plural for miftah. المفاتيح. نعم. المفاتيح. نعم. عندك يا معاذ؟
النجار يقص الخطب من منشار.
Okay, stop there. That's a sentence. Let's read it nice and clearly.
النجار يقص الخشب بالمنشار.
يقص الخشب بالمنشار. What does that mean? يقص الخشب, he cuts the wood, بالمنشار. What's the منشار? With a saw. منشار is a saw. يقص الخشب بالمنشار. Continue.
ثم يضرب فيه المسامير.
ثم يضرب فيه المسامير.
ثم يضرب فيه المسامير بالمطرقة.
نعم.
لكي يصنع من ضبع.
لكي يصنع. ده should be a فتحة منصوبة. نعم.
لكي يصنع من ضدة.
نعم. Hey, what does that mean? ثم يضرب فيه المسامير بالمطرقة. Hold on. Y'all have to look closely to the Madi and the Mudari. Don't just go shooting. At first he cuts the wood. Then what does he do after that? Right, hits the nail. But how would you say that in English? You don't say he hits the nails in it. How would you say that? He bangs the nails in. All right. He hammers the nails in with the hammer. Na'am. لكي يصنع من ضدة. In order to build a table. Are we doing online? How are we doing online? An-Najjar. What does a Najjar mean?
Carpenter.
Carpenter. هل تعرفون نبيا كان نجارا? Do you know a prophet that was a Najjar?
Isa.
Yes, Isa. Zachariah. Zachariah. Zachariah كان نجارا. The prophet Zachariah was a Najjar, a carpenter, works with wood, builds things. النجار يقص الخشب بالمنشار. الخشب is wood. Yeah. ثم يضرب فيه, he hits in the خشب المسامير, he bangs nails in it. بالمطرقة. مطرقة اسم آلة. مطرقة اسمها المطارق. لكي يصنع, it should be يصنع منضدة. What is منضدة? Table. That should be read, right? It's some آلة. نعم. That should be read too. No, table. No, اسم آلة. Can we mention it from اسم آلة? No. When you say tool, let's go back. What does tool mean? Like it's something that you use to do a fi'l. No. Like a table is a tool. A chair is a tool. You use it to sit. You use it to lean on. You use it to no. So what is it? Allah. No bother. What is that? No bother. That's the word. طيب يا هارون.
كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا خطب على المنبر
إذا خطب على المنبر
على صوته واشتد غضبه.
لا what about the shadda there?
واشتد.
What about the shadda? واشتد غضبه.
واشتد غضبه.
No, but take your time. Stop. Like bounce on top of the dial. The ball is going to go all the way down, and then you're going to bounce back up with it. That's the واشتد غضبه. Where's the tap? واشتد
غضبه.
Now, what does this mean? كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا خطب على المنبر.
The speech on the minbar.
Right. When he spoke on the minbar, ala صوته. What does ala mean? Right, to raise. Is it a verb here? Is it a hafjar? It's a verb. No,
the reason why it's a different aleph here. That's
right, because this is a verb now. So this is a good question. Why is the aleph written up and down? What does that indicate if the aleph is written up and down, as opposed as in the shape of a ya? Aleph maqsoor. This is aleph mamduda. What does that indicate? They're both half, whether you write it as a ya or if you write it as an aleph. What does, when you're written like an aleph, what does that indicate?
Action? I don't know.
We did this before. What's, okay, you say, Barakallahu Fik, Huwa ala. Wa ana? Huwa ala. Hiya alat. Ana asarraf. No.
Later.
So barakallahu fikum. If the aleph is written up and down, it shows that the origin is a wow alautu. If it's written like a ya, it's a ya alaytu. That's why you say sallallahu alayhi. You don't say allahu. You say alay. You make that aleph is Allah. But when you put up the meal on, you say alay because it's really a ya. And it's written like a ya, but it's a aleph, it's a aleph, it's a aleph. Written like a ya means it's really a aleph. But if you have an aleph is written up and down, then it's really a wow, alautu. That's why you say da'a, da'autu. How do you write the word da'a? وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِمَّنْ da'a. How do you write da'a? How you write the Aleph? Up and down, mamduda. What? Why? Because it's really a wow there. It's really a wow there. Are y'all with me online? And you're with me online. So if the origin is a wow, that's tafriqa. That's separating the origin that's a wow and the origin that's a ya. There is nothing. Listen. There is nothing that the origin is a aleph. There's no origin aleph. It's either wow or ya. It's either wow or ya. They might write it with an aleph, but like qala. It's just this qala. What's the origin? It's qawala. You with me? Now I say, ya the sabor, ya the sabor. There is nothing that the origin is the aleph. Qala. That's fi'l madi. The aleph there. What's the origin of that aleph there? It's a wow. Ba'a. What's the origin of that aleph there? Yeah. Yabi'u. Yabi'u. So you have to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's either a wow or it's either a ya. So if it's a wow, they write it with an alif mamduda. They write it with an alif mamduda. If it's a ya, they alif with an alif maqsura, the shape of a ya. So this is a verb, ala. It means to go up. Is this lazim muta'addi, ala sawtuhu? What does it mean, ala sawtu? That means that he raised his voice? It's lazim. So what does this mean, ala sawtuhu?
He raised his voice.
No.
His voice is
his voice is doing the action. And this is just exactly how it's mentioned in the hadith. When he gave the khutbah, his voice was raised. There's no prophet in there. It's ala sawtuhu. Sawtuhu is the fa'il. Just understand that. Ya with me, ya Harun? As I've said for lazim. Ala sawtuhu washtadda ghadabuhu. Washtadda ghadabuhu. What does that mean? And his anger was intense. Where's the maf'ul bi? There's no maf'ul bi. That's mudaf ilayh. His voice. Mudaf ilayh. So too, his voice. What do you say, Abdul Sabur? Where's wow? No wow.
And his voice and his anger to the wow. What's shadda?
Yeah, it means and right. His voice was raised and his anger was intense. Right. No. No. Tell you, how we doing online? How we doing online? كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا خطب على المنبر على صوته. And in the narration it says وَحْمَرَّ عَيْنَا. What does that mean? وَحْمَرَّ عَيْنَا. His eyes are red. I was on the minbar like you. The Prophet was on the minbar يعني على صوته واشتد غضب احمر وجهه. عفوا, it's not عيناه. احمر وجهه. His face was red. احمر وجهه وعلى صوته واشتد غضبه كأنه منذر جيش, as if he was warning about an army coming. كأنه منذر جيش. How would if an army was coming down to attack your women and your children, what'd you say? Ibadallah, fear Allah. It's like, no. طيب عندك يا غالب number 4. So the shahid here, the point here is minbar. What does nabara mean? To raise your voice. And the minbar is the thing that you use to make your voice be heard.
حميت الفحم ووضعته في المبخرة وبقرت البيت وملابس.
Okay, again, nice and smooth.
حميت الفحم.
Okay, what about the shadda?
حميت حميت الفحم.
حميت الفحم. حمى يحمي. What does that mean?
No, he made the coal hot.
Right, he heated up the coal. حميت الفحم. فحم is coals. حميت الفحم ووضعته في المبخرة. What does that mean? ووضعته في المبخرة. He put it in the tray for the incense. حميت الفحم. حميته. Like you take the fahm, you put it in the fire, like it's on your stove. You put it in the fire. Then you take it out of there, you put it in the tray that's for burning incense, called the mibkhara. وَبَخَّرْتُ الْبَيْتِ. What does that mean? بَخَّرْتُ الْبَيْتِ.
He burned the house and his garden.
Not that he burnt the house. He fragranced it, right? He made the bukhur go in the house. بَخَّرْتُ الْبَيْتِ وَمَلَابِسِ. Bakhara means to use bukhur. Bakhara means to use incense. Naam. So when you bakhar al-ghurfa, when you put bukhur in the room, you have to like close the door. If you open the door, it's gonna leave. You have to close the door. When you do your malabis, when you do your clothing, they have a thing that's called the mibkhara. Mibkhara, that's also for your clothes. It's like an upside down cone. You hang your clothes in it. It's like a cone where you put the incense, you put it underneath it, and your clothes are on top of it. So all the smell, all the smoke is trapped inside your clothing. It's like an upside down cone, like a cone that's in the street or ice cream cone. Naam. It's just open. You put the incense at the bottom of it and you lay your clothes on top of it. Then they on top of it, their inner clothes, their undershirts. They put on top of it their thawb, and they put on top of their imama. And the smoke can't come out because your clothing is covering it totally. And the smoke just goes up, and the smoke just goes up, and smoke. It's better than any oil you can wear. It's you. It's in every part of your clothing. The smell is like, man. These are always people used to perfume themselves, fragrance themselves. You bakhir al-malabis, but you need a mabkhara. You can't just hang it up because it's going to go everywhere. You need to trap it inside of a mabkhara. It's the shape of like a cone. Tayyib, indik ya Harun, we go back to you.
نشرب المرق بالملعقة.
Take your time.
نشرب المرق بالملعقة ونقطع اللحم
But take your time. Take your time.
بالسكين.
Again. ونقطع اللحم.
ونقطع اللحم بالسكين.
What about the shiddah?
بالسكين.
All right. A sikeen is a knife. Sikeen.
بالسكين ونتناوله بالشوكة.
Again. The last part.
ونتناوله.
Okay, what about the alif? Let me make it like
وتناوله.
ونتناوله. ونتنا meaning نحن.
ونتناوله بالشوكة.
بالشوكة. Right. What does this mean? نشرب المرق بالملعقة. What does that mean?
We ate the broth with a spoon.
We drank.
we drank the broth.
نشرب المرق بالملعقة. We drink soup with a spoon. نقطع اللحم بالسكين.
We cut the meat with a knife.
Right, we cut meat with the knife. ونتناوله بالشوكة.
We ate it with a fork.
We eat it.
We
do this with the spoon. We do this with the knife. We do this with the fork. It's explaining what these tools do. نشرب المرق بالملعقة We drink soup with the spoon. نقطع اللحم بالسكين. We cut the meat with a knife. ونتناوله, and we eat it, we consume it بالشوكة. How we doing? Everything is clear. This is these sentences explaining and giving examples of the uses of these words. And
الخياط يقص
لا what about the alif?
القماش. الخياط
الخياط
الخياط يقص القماش بمقص كبير.
نعم. الخياط. What does خياط mean online? الخياط.
خياط.
What is الخياط? Brothers and sisters online, what is الخياط? الخياط. No, Abdul Sabah? A tailor. Seamstress. One who sews. Now, what's خيط? What does خيط mean? خيط. It's a noun. خيط. خيط is a thread, right? حتى يتبين الخيط الأبيض من الخيط الأسود من الفجر. خيط is a thread. Thread. الخياط is the man who sews. خياط is a seamstress, is a tailor. الخياط يقص القماش. I don't know. الخياط يقص القماش. What does that mean? يقص القماش. Because the fabric, right? قماش is fabric. What's the plural? What's the plural for قماش? أقمشة. أقمشة. يقص القماش بمقص كبير. What does that mean? بمقص كبير. What does that mean, Harun? With scissors. Right, big scissors. Big scissors. عندك يا عبد الصبور.
قال الإمام أحمد رحمه الله.
قال Imam Ahmad rahimahullah. Imam Ahmad, may Allah have mercy on him, he said,
مع المحبرة إلى المقبرة سأظل أطلب العلم حتى ألقى الله عز وجل.
مع المحبرة إلى المقبرة. What does it mean? These are phrases, these are Arabic phrases. Yesterday we took that before. لكل مقام مقال. This is another one. مع المحبرة إلى المقبرة. ما معنى المحبرة؟ Equal. مع المقبرة إلى المحبرة. إلى المقبرة. What does that mean? مع المحبرة إلى المقبرة. What does it mean with the inkwell? Now, I will be with this inkwell until I die. Now, that's the statement of Imam Ahmed. مع المحبرة إلى المقبرة. So, yeah, ikhwani fillah, I want you to understand. Okay, look what it says here. سأظل. What does أظل mean? سأظل. I'm going to continue. سأظل أطلب العلم حتى ألقى الله. What does that mean? Until I meet Allah. Okay, but listen to this. He didn't say مع الكتاب إلى المقبرة. مع المحبرة. He's writing. He's writing. We haven't reached that. You know how many people have studied and have gone, have done it, they don't write anything, they just sit back and read. He didn't say ma'al kitab, right? He said ma'al mahbara, he's writing, benefiting. Nah. That's when we want to understand. And he calls that seeking help. He's writing, he's giving, he's teaching. All right. Y'all with me online? You're with us online? Ma'al mahbara. Yani I will be with this mahbara, this inkwell, I will be with it. Ilan mahbara. Ilan maqbara. Until the grave. To my grave. Now, so is he like really talking about teaching or studying? Teaching. That's he's with them. Seeking them to teach. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we have to be. We have to be teachers. So many of us are satisfied knowing the sheikh, not being a sheikh. We're just like content. I know the sheikh. Get up, stand up, raise your ambitions. Not enough just to know the sheikh. It's not enough. Now we have to have high ambitions, fawqa nujum. If not, then what are you doing? Know the sheikh. Like I tell you, the electrician knows the sheikh, the plumber knows the sheikh, the students know the sheikh. Everybody knows the sheikh, But who's going to be? Who's going to be? Who tries to do that? Who asks Allah for that? Increase me in them so I can convey it. Allah increase me in ilm. Rabbi zidni ilma. And they say that Allah didn't command his prophet to ask increase me in anything except now. It's not to that extent, but that's what they say. But with that word zidni. With that word zidni. Tayyib, let's continue. Fasl. At-tamyiz bayn al-mushtaqat. We finished the mushtaqat. We thank Allah. We finished the mushtaqat. How many mushtaqat are there? Who's going to name them more? In the order that we took it. In the order that we took it. Ism fa'il. What's after that? Siga al-mubalagha. What's the connection between ism fa'il and siga mubalagha? Siga mubalagha, it is ism fa'il. It is it. But it just did in exaggeration and kathra and in abundance. All right? First we did ism fa'il and siga mubalagha. What we did after that? Ism maf'ul. What's the difference between ism maf'ul and ism fa'il? Ism fa'il is from mabni lil ma'loom. Yadhabu dhahibun. But ism maf'ul is from what? Mughayr as-siqa. Yudrabu. Yani duriba madruba. What does duriba mean? He was said. Well, what does madrub mean? It means the same thing. Listen up. What does yarkabu mean? Come on now. Yarkabu. What does rakibun mean? The same thing. But when we studied ism fa'il, we had sentence on the right with ism fa'il, and we had it with fi'l mudari', remember? And you had to change ism fa'il to fi'l mudari'. Na'am. So yarkabu means rakibun. Yajlisun means jalisun. Mean ism fa'il comes from mabni lil ma'loom. Time ism maf'ul. Tayyib. Duriba. What does duriba mean? Madrub. It was said. Duribat. Madrubatun. Same meaning. Madrubatun. She was here. That's what you have to learn. Lazim muta'addi and mabni al-ma'loom, mabni al-majhul before you learn that, because there's a tight connection between it. How online are you all with us? Ukila. What does it mean, ukila?
It was eaten.
It was eaten. Ma'kul. Tubikha. Matbukh. But that's a verb. This is a noun. Tayyib, let's go back. We took ism fa'il. Then we took siga mubalagha, which is ism fa'il in exaggeration. Then we took ism maf'ul. And the difference between that's mabni ma'loom, and that's mabni what? Till majhul. Then after that, we took as-sifa al-mushabbaha. It's like the ism fa'il, but it's a fi'l lazim. It's fi'l lazim. It's fi'l lazim. To the point, ya ikhwani, I want you to pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. When you say fi'l lazim, what does fi'l lazim mean? That it just nah. But if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sifat. Na'am. That you call these sifat fi'liya. And you samma lazim. Fi'liya means it goes to the creation. And lazim, I mean, it goes to the creation. Allah does it whenever He wants to do it. Lazim means it doesn't separate itself from Allah. Allah always describe with it. Amma fi'liya, Allah does it whenever He does. Like yaghdab, ghadiba. Does Allah get upset all the time? No, sometimes yarham, but sometimes yaghdab. Na'am. But just look. Right. Look at the things that are lazim, like kabir. Allah is always kabir. Azim is from azuma. Allah is always azim. Understand what I'm saying? But there's a connection to that. Tayyib. This is from a fi'l lazim. Kabirun, azimun, kareemun. If you look at some names, Allah's Kareem. Kareem is from what? Karuma. And Allah says, Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Allah, from His name is Mukrim. Allah's Kareem and He's also Mukrim. Kareem is a sifa lazim. Mukrim that you giving to somebody else. For sifa al-mushabbaha, it comes from a fi'l lazim. Comes from a fi'l lazim. And it's a sifa. If you say Zaydun rakibun, that doesn't describe him. He's doing something as an action. It's some founds an action. Sifa mushabbaha is a description. Zaydun mayyitun. Zaydun jayyidun. Zaydun hayyun. He is alive. It's not a fi'l, it's a description. What do we do after sifa mushabbaha? It's some tafdeel, which shows that two things are described with a description. One of them is more than the other. Aktharu wa akbaru. And it's a clear connection and correlation between sifa mushabbaha and ism of tafdeel. You say hada kabir, that akbar. That saghir, that akbar. That qawi, that aqwa. And you are with us online. And this is that order that you have to teach it. When you teach in that order, it is some comparison there. And when we teach Arabic, we want to teach every time some type of comparison. So the student has something to build off of and go back to. It's not just totally Greek, not something totally new. So there's a clear connection between sifa mushabbaha and ism tabdil. Azim, a'zamu, greater. Sari' asra'. Qawi, aqwa. Shadid, ashad. Tawil, atwal. Y'all with me, Harun? After we finish that, that's 5. The last 3 we did together. What were they? Ism makan, ism zaman, ism ala. Now, we want to recognize these things in a sentence. Not just the mushtaqat athamaniya. We also want to recognize a verb. One is ma'ad al-mudari. We want to recognize whether it's mabni al-ma'lum or mughayyir al-sigha. We want to recognize that. So let's look at these sentences here. Brothers and sisters online, y'all go with me. Y'all walk with me. At-tamyiz. What does tamyiz mean? Differentiating, to decipher between the mushtaqat. اكتب المشتقات في المواضع المناسبة. Write the mushtaqat, the parts of speech, in the appropriate place. Look what we have at top here. Look what we have here. We have al-masdar. We have ism al-fa'il, ism maf'ul, ism tafdil, and siga al-mubalagha. Look at the first word. Qala Allah. Listen before we go. I purposely chose ayats from the Quran. I didn't make up any sentences now. I'm making up no sense. Because I want you to tatashajja. What does that mean? Tatashajja. I want you to tatashajja. Courage, shuja. You need to shajja. I want you to have the courage. I want you, when now when you open the book of Allah, you have to like, let me try to figure it out. Before you be like, not me. I'm not looking at there. I'm not trying to figure it out. The courage. Get the shajja. Be shuja. Just try to figure it out. At least look. Before we just like squint your eyes like, I don't know. Get the shajja. Al-Hajju ashhurun ma'lumatun. What is ma'lumat? It's a maf'ul. And why is it plural? Because ashhur is plural. You understand that? This is your understand this? Harun, you understand that? What does that mean? Al-Hajj ashhur ma'lumat.
The months are his months.
Hold on. Where's my brothers and sisters online? Look at what is alif lam and look at what is nakira. Look at what is the description. Don't just go stabbing at it. Hold on. What's plural? What's singular? Don't shoot yet. Don't shoot. Listen, the duck don't have to be right in front of you for the shooting. You can let it go down a little bit. You got a gun. You can let it go down a little bit. You can still hit it when it's past. That's plural. Why is it ma'lumat? Why is it ma'lumat? Why is it ma'lumat? Why is there aleph on ta on ma'lum? And it's jama' ashhur. So this is one thing. It's described. Known months. MashaAllah. Hajj is well-known months. What is the month of Hajj? Hajj is known. No. When can you go out and make Hajj? When can you make when you go out and make Hajj? When can you put your izar on and put on your ihram to go make Hajj? No. It's ayah from the Quran. And you could go out from Shawaal with the Qa'dah, and then you could start at that time. Nah, those were the ashhur al-hajj. Nah, you can't say I'm making Hajj, you leave and suffer, you have your ihram, but you do the ihram on that now. But you don't understand. You go out. I mean, you're Hajji now. You're traveling for Hajj. The time for Hajj, the season of Hajj, that you put that ihram on and you pass the miqat. Na'am. This is the time for Hajj. If he's in the Ashur al-Hajj, he's in the time of Hajj, the months of Hajj. Now starts from Shawaal, for the Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah. Those are the 3 months of Hajj. I mean, you can move out and pass by the miqat. So look. When you make Hajj, you have to go past the miqat with your ihram on, right? Okay, what if I want to make Hajj and it's, I get there in Dhul Qa'dah. It's before Dhul Hijjah. Do I have to go back? Now it's time for Hajj. I've been there all the time. Do I have to go back and do it again? What time do I have to pass the miqat to be considered Hajj? 3 months. You stay in the haram. You're going to do that. Go to Allah. So imagine the people that's walking from Africa, the people are walking from here, the people's walking from there. It's like an open time. What if I get all the way over here? We got here too early. We can't go in yet. We're waiting for Hajj to start. It's an open time. Imagine you coming from Egypt. You coming walking from Mali. You're walking from Palestine. Nope, we can't go in yet. It's open. You're traveling. You want to get in. You want to relax. You want to. No, you don't. Nah, that's something else. So what does this first one mean? Al-Hajju ashhur ma'lumatun. Are you with us online? The Hajj are months, are known months. Don't say months are known. The Hajj months are known. No, the Hajj are known months. Ma'lumat is a description for the Ashur. Known months. Al-Hajj, known months. The first one is Ism Maf'ul. Next one. Qul a'antum a'lamu amillah. Ism Tafdil. What does it mean? Qul a'antum a'lam amillah. Are you more knowledgeable or Allah? Ism Tafdil. Are you with us online? Naam. The next one. Inna Allah alimu ghayb as-samawati wal ard. Ism fa'il. Look how you're taking stabs at. Look how it's the Quran and you have like shaja'a. You can have shaja'a. Ism fa'il. Tabdil. Ba-ba-bam. Ba-ba-bam. That's what you want to see. Look at it. It's right there in front of you. You know the scale. What does that mean? Inna Allah alimu ghayb as-samawati wal ard. He's the knower of the unseen of the heavens and the earth. Tayyib. Allah Ta'ala. Innaka anta allamul ghuyub. Siga mubalagha. MashaAllah. How does it feel to understand the book of Allah after studying? Naam. What does this mean? Allamul ghuyub. What is ghuyub? Jama' ghayb. Jama' ghayb. The ghayb is in the previous sentence. Ghayb unseen. Ghuyub. Number of unseen things. Allah alamul ghuyub. Alam is siga mubalagha. I'm sorry? Yeah, the knower. Like alim, but it's exaggeration. Tayyib. The next one. وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Okay, but what does it mean? مَا أُوتِيتُم. What is that? أُوتِيتُم. Hold on now. Is it ism fa'il? Is it fi'l mudari? Is it fi'l madi? What do we say online? أُوتِيتُم. هذا مبني المجهول في الماضي. You all have not been given from knowledge except a little. You haven't been given. Ma utiya is fu'ila. What? How do you say to give? Ata. Ata. That's why it's utitum. You all have not been given from knowledge except a little bit. This is Lugha al-Arabiya. This is like, listen, let me tell you this. This is when the khata in it is a barakah. Like when you didn't understand something and it's explained to you, it's like, it's programmed. I got it now. You have to tell me one time. Utitum is fi'l madi mughayr siga. What's the fi'l madi of this word? Ata. What does ata mean? To give. Utiya means to be given. But now it's plural. Utitum. You all have not been given from knowledge except a little bit. Are you all with me online? Are you all with us? Okay, let's go to the next one. Look what the next one says. Masdar. الفعل الماضي. اسم التفضيل. صيغة مبالغة. الصفة المشبهة. Look at y'all. You used to see your faces. Y'all like tense stuff. طيب. ومكروا مكرا كبارا. What does it mean first? مكروا مكرا كبارا. قال الله تعالى جزاك الله خير. نعم بارك الله فيك يا عبد الصبور. It's not suitable for me to just run and read the ayah without saying قال الله. Na'am, that's necessary. Na'am. Qala ta'ala wa makaru makran kubbaran. Siga mubalagha. But it's a skill that we haven't done yet. But we just want to use our Understand it. What does this mean? Makaru makran. What is makran? Makaru makran. Isbiru. I'm not going to accept anything but one answer. If you come with the wrong answer, it's rejected. I'm telling you beforehand. Isma'u wa makaru makran. What is makran? No. Is it ism fa'il? Is it this? Is it that? Wa makaru makran. I'm not accepting a masdar. Makran, what is it? Wa makaru makran. Is it ism fa'il? Makran. What is makran? La, online. Where's my students? Makran. What is makran? Maf'ul mutlaq. Mutlaq. It's the masdar that comes from the verb. You remember them days? Do you remember them days? It's the masdar. Like if you say masdar, that's just general. Like ilm, and the first one was a masdar. That's masdar. Like this masdar is coming from that same verb. Wa makaru makran. Are y'all with us online? I got him. The people online, they're hiding. Nobody's answering. I see y'all online. You can't hide. I see y'all. Allah yubarik fikum. May Allah increase you all and give you all barakah. So this is Makran Kubbaran. It's like a big plot they plotted. They plotted a big plot. A Sigma Mubalaka. Now, Tayyib. Next one. Qala Allahu Ta'ala. Kaburat kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim. Kaburat. Like it's a big statement that came out of their mouths. Afwahihim. Why is kalimatan with a fatha? You have to look at that. It's not fa'il. The fa'il is a dhamma. It looks like it's tamyiz. But you have to look at that. Takhruju min afwahihim. What does that mean? Takhruju min afwahihim. That comes from their mouths. Afwah is the plural for fam. Not that is mu'annath. No, that is mansuban, is what the fatha. It's not fa'il kaburat, but it's like it's tamyiz. But that has to be double checked. But the statement that came out of the mouth is enormous. You know, saying that Allah has partners, saying that other than Allah deserves to be worshipped. Kaburat kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim. Tayyib. قال الله تعالى وَلَأَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ أَكْبَرُ وَلَأَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ أَكْبَرُ لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. What's akbar? Ism tafdil. What does this mean? وَلَأَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ أَكْبَرُ. The reward of the hereafter is what is that lamb? Wala ajru. That's just tawkeed. It's lamb tawkeed. Wala ajrul akhirati akbar. And indeed, the reward of the hereafter is greater. Wala ajrul akhirati is mudaf ilay. Ajrul akhirah, reward of the hereafter. The lamb, wala, that lamb is like إن الإنسان لا في خسر. ما قال إن الإنسان في خسر. لا في خسر. It's توكيد. Okay, it's just emphasis. ولا أجر الآخرة أكبر لو كانوا يعلمون. What does that mean? لو كانوا يعلمون. If they only knew. لو كانوا يعلمون. And it's not, listen up. When it says كانوا, like if they were, only if they knew. I mean, it's continuously. It's no past tense. Kanu is mudari, ya'lamun. Like if they only were aware of this on a continuous basis. Nah. Next one. All Allah wa qala. We have wa qala there. We should be. It's all right to say wa qala. Allah Rabbi inni عفوا قال ربي أنا يكون لي غلام وقد بلغني الكبر. أنا يكون، أنا means كيف، أنا means كيف. أنا يكون لي ولد I mean غلام. أنا يكون لي غلام. How am I going to have a child? How can I have a son? قال ربي, oh my Lord. What does Rabbi mean? Why is there a kasra there? Because it's saying the ya is hadaf. Rabbi, it's calling my Lord. But the ya has just been taken off just to make it light. Oh my Lord. Anna yakunu li gulam. How? Anna means kayfa yakunu li gulam. How can I have a child? وَقَدْ بَلَغَنِي, it has reached me. Al-kibar. What is kibar? As master for kabir. Right. Kabura is the verb. Kibar is the master. Kibar. Kibar is elderly age. Kabura is what? True. Kabura is the verb. The person is kabir. What has reached him? Balagani has reached me. Al-kibar, elderly age. Al-kibar. Now listen, that has a fatha, kibar. What if you make it as a sukun, kibr? Kibr is a different meaning. It's arrogance, pride. This is kibar, not kibr. Kibar. Old age. From kibir. It's connected to kibir. قال الله تعالى وأبونا شيخ كبير. وأبونا شيخ كبير. What does that mean? And our father is? No. He's an elderly man. Nah, he's an elderly man. He's an old man. Nah. That's Sifa Mushabbaha. Let's move on to the next one. We have al-masdar. Ism fa'il. Ism tafdil. Fi'l al-madi. Fi'l al-amr. قال تعالى واصبر وما صبرك إلا بالله. We want the one that's in red. وما صبرك. واصبر. Be patient. وما صبرك إلا بالله. Nah, that's not. No, we want the one in red in the middle. Muster. Be patient. And what is your patience except by the help of Allah? Like, how can you say I can't be patient? It's all from Allah. That's heavy encouragement to be patient. Allah tells you to be patient and then asks you, and what is the patience they have except it's from Allah? Like He's going to provide you with the patience. La ilaha illallah. So what is this sabruka? What's sabruka? What is that? Ism fa'il, ism tabdil. What is that? Masdar. That's a masdar. Are you with us online? Na'am. Wasbir. Wama sabruka illa billah. But listen up, ya ikhwa. Listen up. When you see wama illa, when you see ma and illa, ma is normally negation. You don't have any sabr except by Allah. But it's suitable to make it a question, istifham. What me Abdul Sabur. If you see ma or illa, if you see negation or illa, like la ilaha illa, if you see negation with illa, if you see, something like that, and it conveys negation. No, when you have ma, you know how many different kinds of ma there are? We have ma for question. You have ma mastariya. You have ma that means alladhi. If you see ma and illa comes after it, that shows that it's negation. That's what I'm saying. We have all different kinds of ma's. You have ma ta'ajjabiyya. You have ma that means alladhi. You have ma for istifham, for asking a question. You have ma mastariya. You have 8 different kinds of ma. 8. But when you see what ma and it has illa, that shows that it's negation. But it could also be istifham. Okay. طيب. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا أحد أصبر على أذى يسمعه من الله. What does this mean first? لا أحد أصبر من الله. عفوا لا أحد أصبر على أذى يسمعه من Allah. Right? No one is more patient on adha. Okay, listen. Yasma'uhu is a description of the adha. So listen to this. I'm going to tell you this. A sentence that comes after a nakira is a description. A sentence that comes after ma'rifa is hal. We'll say it again. A sentence that comes after a nakira is a description for it. مثلا, let's say رأيت رجلا يتكلم. أي رأيت رجلا متكلما. نعم. رأيت رجلا يتكلم. I mean, I'm describing him. So a man that was speaking is just describing him. I can say رأيت رجلا متكلما. I saw a speaking man. Yeah, Abdul Sabah, are you with me? A sentence that comes after a nakira is a description. So this is a description for the adha. What does it mean? Asbiru ala adha. What does adha mean? Harm, harassment. Na'am. La ahadan asbaru ala adha. No one is more patient upon harm, upon harassment that he hears. And that's what harassment is. Harassment is usually what you hear. Somebody speaking bad about you, somebody instigating that. No one is more patient on annoyance or harm that he hears than Allah. Allah is the most patient. So what it really means is La ahadan asbar min Allah. The part when it says ala adha yasma'ahu, that's extra. لكن لا أحد أصبر على أذى يسمعه. What does it mean? What does it mean? Adha yasma'ahu. Yasma'ahu is just a description of the adha, harm that he hears. No one is more patient on harm that he hears than Allah. Everything clear? How we doing online? Everything is clear. Just like in every ism tafdil. Akbaru minhu. Akbaru minhu. No, what it means, La ahadin asbar min Allah. What does that mean? La ahadin asbar min Allah. La ahad asbar min Allah.
No one is more patient than Allah.
Than Allah. So this, what's in the middle? Ala adha yasma'ahu, that's just an inside sentence that we can do without. It's just describing what he's patient on. That's all it is. Okay. But when you use ism tafdil, you use min. Akbar minhu. You don't say, you say Zaydin asra min amr. You don't say Zaydin asra ala amr, asra bi amr, asma fi amr. What do you use? Min. All right, you use min. قال الله تعالى واصبر على ما يقولون. I'm sorry? Ism tafdil. We said that. Yeah, ism tafdil. واصبر على ما يقولون. Be patient on what they say. قال الله تعالى جزاكم الله خير. قال الله تعالى واصبر على ما يقولون. فعل الأمر. فعل الأمر. Be patient on what they say. What are they saying? When Allah says be patient on what they're saying, what are they saying? They call him a kadhab, they call him a liar, they call him majnoon, they call him crazy, they call him sahir, as a magician, they call him mashoor, they call him all kinds of things. واصبر على ما يقولون. طيب. لقد كذبت رسل من قبلك فصبروا. لقد كذبت رسل من قبلك. Listen, we want to know why is there a time on that verb. لقد كذبت رسل من قبلك فصبروا. What does this mean? كذبت رسل.
The messengers were denied.
Well, there were messengers that were denied من قبلك فصبروا.
So be patient.
Huh? فصبروا. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
That's
and they were patient.
and they were patient for الماضي. Now you have to put your glasses on. You have to have your lenses on. You cannot guess. You know the mushtaqat. You know these things. This is for al-Maldi. This is from book 1. Right, Harun? Right. That's fasabaru. So they were patient. I mean, because Allah is saying before you, there were messengers before you. They were patient. There's nothing new that a prophet would be harassed. Y'all with us online? لَقَدْ كُذِّبَتْ رُسُلٌ مِّن قَبْلِكَ فَصَبَرُوا. They were patient. قال الله تعالى وَاصْبِرُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. أجمل. Y'all are learning now. What does this mean? وَاصْبِرُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ.
Patient. Verily Allah is with the patient.
Right. What is sabirin? Ism fa'il. Hold on. Inna Allah ma'a as-sabirin. It's clear. Okay, let me ask this question here. Y'all are sitting down? Y'all ready? Tayyib. What is that? What is that? The L on as-sabirin. What is that? As-sabirin. What's that alif lam on as-sabirin? What are you going to say about the alif lam?
Oh, that's Al-Ladhi. That's it's a Mausul.
What's the name of it?
Mausul.
It's a Mosul. So change it to the Ism Mosul and tell it what it means.
Al-Ladhina Sabarin. Al-Ladhina Sabarin.
Alladina what?
Sabarin.
Alladina?
Al-Ladhina Sabarin.
Alladina? Alladina yasbiruna. It's going to be fil mudara. Inna Allah ma'alladina yasbiruna. That's Lugha al-Arabiya, ya my Abdul Sabur. And you can take this apart. You know exactly what it is. As-sabirun, alif lam is ism mawsula, meaning alladhina yasbirun. Allah's with them. That's why it's called a tamyiz bayna mushtaqat. You have to break it down. You have to look in it. And let's finish this last one here. I need to do more exercise of this in here. Just so I could stab at the student. That's it. طيب نغير الصيغة فعل الأمر اسم مكان اسم فاعل فعل مضارع. There's no قال Allah here. Look at that. There's no قال Allah. You can't write a book and not make mistakes. It's impossible. It's just impossible. Man. So like nobody in their right mind would be like embarrassed so much. You got a mistake in the book. Like I know. I'm like, no, we're it's no problem. We're gonna fix it. Inshallah. All these 5 sentences, I just like to blame it on Abdul Sabur. I'm just gonna say Abdul Sabur didn't do it. إلى الله مرجئكم جميعا. إلى الله مرجئكم جميعا. What is that? Ism makan, ism zaman, ism mubad. What is that? Ism makan. To Allah is your returning place. All of you're going back to Allah. Na'am, marji'ukum jami'an. That's a heavy statement. When you say marji'ukum and then you say jami'an, it's like everybody. You're all going back to Allah. Na'am. Ilallahi marji'ukum ism makan. Ilallahi marji'ukum jami'an. طيب. قال الله تعالى ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. What is that? في الأمر. Why is it مؤنث? ارجعي. That's يا المخاطبة. نعم. ارجعي. Why is it ارجعي? Why is it ارجعي? What surah is this? يا أيتها النفس. It's talking about the nafs, and the nafs is مؤنث. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة. Oh nafs, oh soul that's مطمئنة, that's comfortable. ارجعي إلى ربك. This even is said that when a person is dying, Rabbiki, Rabbik, well, Rabbiki is no difference. Right. Irji'i ila Rabbiki. Talking about the soul. Go back to your Lord. This is said that when somebody's dying, this is what it said to him. No. But another call is that this is said Yawm al-Qiyamah. Okay. Irji'i ila Rabbiki radiya. What does radiya and maradiya mean? Radiya, what's radiya? Ism fa'il, ism maf'ul. What is that, radiya? Yeah, he's pleased. Like he's pleased with what he sees, and he's pleased with his marudiyya. I mean, Allah's pleased with him. He's pleased, and they find pleasure with him. I mean, Allah finds pleasure with him. Radiyya, marudiyya. قال الله تعالى قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. What is راجعون? What is that? Ism fa'il. Inna lillah. We belong to Allah. But inna ilayhi raji'un. Okay, I have a question. Why does it say wa inna raji'una ilayhi? What does it convey when you put ilayhi before raji'un? The asl of the kalam, the origin of the kalam was wa inna raji'una ilayhi. But this one says inna ilayhi raji'un, that we're only going back to him. We're not going anywhere else. This you call the hasr. It shows that it's limited to where you're going back to. What is Harun? Ma qala wa inna raji'una ilayhi raji'un. Nowhere else. Ila Allahi turja'ul umur. What is that? Wa ila Allah ترجعوا. قال الله تعالى وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. جزاك الله خير. مبني للمجهول في المضارع مبني للمجهول. But here we have it's written مغير الصيغة. That's what we're going to call it. مغير الصيغة. مغير الصيغة. What does this mean? إلى الله ترجع الأمور.
To a lot of affairs are returned.
Right, the affairs go back to Allah. Whether you're poor, whether this person gets cured, whether this one dies, this one goes to jail, this one's going to be found innocent, is this one going to be killed, is this one going to be cured, is this one to get the provisions, is this one going to grad? All those affairs that go back to Allah. Ask Allah. All the affairs go back to Allah. إلى الله ترجع الأمور. لماذا? It doesn't say الأمور ترجع إلى الله. Same thing. إلى الله ترجع الأمور. ما قال الأمور ترجع إلى الله. إلى الله. Made that the first thing known. إلى الله ترجع الأمور. Why is there a ta and ترجعوا? Why is there a ta there? ترجعوا. Because أمور is plural. طيب. وأخذناهم قال الله تعالى وأخذناهم بالعذاب لعلهم يرجعون. What is that from the choices that we have up top? فعل مضارع. نعم. What does that mean? أخذناهم بالعذاب, meaning we punish them. لعلهم يرجعون. لعلهم.
In order for them to return.
لعلهم يرجعون, so that perhaps they will come back. What does it mean that we took them on this? It means a slight punishment. We punish them slightly so that perhaps they make tawbah. You know? What does it mean يرجعون? Meaning make tawbah, that they go back to Allah. We understand the verse. وأخذناهم بالعذاب. We took them with punishment, so perhaps that they might come back. So when you're going through a hardship, what should remind you of? You gotta make tawbah. I need to make tawbah. I need to make tawbah. Taib ya ikhwani. Tomorrow we're gonna read this here. I want you to read it before me. I want you to look up the words because this section is very important. We're gonna start this tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. No, what do you mean? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Oh Lord, man. Hold on. Where did the week go? Oh man, who? Oh wow, man. The week is over? Are y'all sure? I'm gonna meet with the people online. Y'all go ahead with yourself. I'm gonna meet with the people online. The week is over. Y'all here smiling. Look at them smiling, all happy. All right. So we're gonna come back on Saturday and we're going to a whole new chapter. We're finished with words. Divorce that one word ideology. We're finished. No more words. Okay? No more words. You got it? Everything is sentences now. Tell you, we're going to stop here. May Allah reward you all and aid you all in your affairs. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. It's already there. What's going on, man? I need to